Welcome to My Repair Kit. I'm Eric Jacobson. In this video, we'll go through the process of regluing the arm to this chair. The screws holding this arm on are behind these wood caps. Using a drill and ascending drill bit sizes, we expose the screws so we can remove them. There is also a screw that needs to be removed, which holds the top arm to the back post. Using the vise to hold the arm in place, I was able to separate the two pieces, and it turns out the dowel is broken, so we'll have to replace that also. I removed the loose shards of wood and use a punch to get a center hole so I can drill it out. Working my way from smaller to larger drill bits, I also use a small pry bar to break out the rest of the old dowel so that when I use the final drill bit, I'm not damaging the walls of the hole. And these two pieces are pretty much ready to go, aside from cleaning the old glue off, which is what we're about to do. I'm using a chisel here to clean off the old glue. Sometimes I use a razor blade. Just be careful not to cut yourself. Also, if you notice, I'm not touching the black paint. You want to cause the most minimal amount of damage possible so that touch-up is easy when you get to that point. Standard wood glue is more than sufficient for this job. Just make sure you clean off the excess with a wet rag. I also suggest always using clamps. This will make the joints as tight as they could possibly be. Once the glue dries and I take the clamps off, I'll tighten the screws up to their maximum tightness. After the glue dries for 24 hours, we can take the clamps off and begin our finish work. With painted items, I want to damage the surrounding finish the least amount possible. That's why I'm protecting the area while I do some of the initial fillings and trimmings. Second time I fill it with Bondo, I'm putting it on very thin so that it's easy to sand with 600 grit sandpaper. Using a high grit sandpaper reduces the depths of the sanding scratches, which makes it easier for me to replace the missing finish that I sanded off. This product is called Lackover by Mohawk Finishes, and this process is called French polishing. So I'm basically adding finish back to the arm. Lackover is also what I use to mix my pigments in. So this is just black pigment and Lackover. Applying the finish with a paintbrush will leave it a little bit rough and lumpy. So I'm using 1000 grit sandpaper to lightly knock down the high areas. Then I will French polish again. To blend the touch-up even further, I'll use a can of satin black finish from Mohawk. And to seal that in, I'll spray some satin clear tone finish, also by Mohawk, over the arm. The repair is now complete on this portion of the arm, but we still have to do the same process for the hole on the back. Fix it right in black and bold, old to new, a story told. Pigments dark to hide the scars, now it's shining like the sun. I'll speed this up since we already went through the process. And here is the final result with a nice solid right arm with the finish matching. If you would like to learn more about furniture repair, you can find me on every social media under My Repair Kit LLC. Also, for a more in-depth description of the repair process, you can check out my book, My Repair Kit, Repair Furniture Like a Professional, a masterclass by Eric Jacobson, available on my website or Amazon and Barnes & Noble. Thank you for watching.